Off with a huge retirement announcement for Charlie Blackmon. The Rockies have one thing in common, and that's they have players for years on their roster, and they end up staying for their whole career and having pretty great numbers. Charlie Blackmon, I don't think in any case I can't see him being a Hall of Famer, but he will definitely have his number retired in Colorado for sure. Um, I mean, the impact of his play and how many years he's been in Colorado. I mean, you're looking at a guy that's in the Mount Rushmore there with the Todd Helton and the Larry Walkers. So, you got to give this guy a lot of credit. Honestly, right decision for him and his family. I mean, I hope nothing but the best for him. He played 14 years in Colorado as an outfielder. He had 1,624 games played, 6,175 at bats, 996 runs, 1,805 hits, 334 doubles, 68 triples, 227 home runs, 801 RBIs, a 485 walks, 1,142 strikeouts, 148 stolen bases, 293 average, a 353 on base, and a 479 slugging with an 832 OPS. So, yeah, really good numbers for his career. The 5 games that he played in the postseason, he had 19 at bats, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, a walk, 2 strikeouts, and a 105 average, 150 on base, 105 slugging for a 255 OPS. Um, when it's definitely not something that's amazing, but you know the fact that it was nice to see him actually go to October baseball, just because the whole time he was in Colorado, they were not very competitive. 1,201 games played defensively, 10,921.1 innings, 2,499 putouts, 65 assists, 33 errors, 19 double plays for a 98.7 fielding percentage career wise. 5 games, he had 42.1 innings for 11 putouts and a 100 fielding percentage. So defensively, I think he definitely gets discredited for, but he was a really good outfielder. He was a 4-time All Star. He was a 2-time Silver Slugger. Back in 2016, he was 20th in the NL MVP voting. 2017, he jumped to 5th, and he won the 2017 NL batting title. Definitely a guy that has made his presence felt. Definitely been super impactful to the game, and definitely a person that people are going to look at and be like, okay, yeah, great player. Gonna miss him, and we're gonna miss Charlie Blackmon. Just consistency for him and showing up every day, hard work. No complaints, man. So overall, though, I love that he's retiring. I love that he's doing it because he's done with it. I don't because again, he was a tremendous player. He didn't even have a bad year this year. Definitely, slowing down for sure. But yeah, Charlie Blackmon, impressive career, and I hope nothing but the best for him. And apparently, going to be involved in Colorado Rockies stuff. So that'll be nice to see what he does and the impact he brings to the organization. Let's start with honorable mentions. Jesus Sanchez of the Miami Marlins. Definitely a super underrated outfielder. Um, Pretty good in terms of number wise, in terms of offensive wise. Definitely can get better at his defensive game, but again, it's a guy that you want, that you like to have, and he's entertaining to watch. Sanchez, 27 years old, 3 years in the league, 1 year, $4.5 million, 149 games played, 489 at bats, 60 runs, 123 hits, 25 doubles, a triple, 18 home runs, 64 RBIs, 41 walks, 140 strikeouts, 16 stolen bases, a 252 average, a 313 on base, a 417 slugging for a 731 OPS. He had 114 games played at right, 874.1 innings, 216 putouts, 3 assists, 4 errors, 2 double plays for 98.2 fielding percentage. He was third in defensive games at right field in the NL. He was second in putouts at right field in the NL, second in double plays turned at right field in the NL, and second in fielding percentage at right field in the NL. Again, just super deserving member, and yeah, I mean, I would like to see what he does this year and hopefully climb up the ladders a bit more. Up, we do have George Springer of the Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, uh, super reliable veteran. Been doing it forever. Uh, Love him because he's also from my state of my hometown, Connecticut boy, man. Born and raised there, was able to go and make a huge impact for the Astros, and now he's been pretty good in Toronto, man. 35 years old, 10 years in the league, 2 years, $45 million, 145 games played, 545 at bats, 74 runs, 120 hits, 19 doubles, 3 triples, 19 home runs, 56 RBIs, 60 walks, 115 strikeouts, 16 stolen bases, had a 220 average, a 303 on base, a 371 slugging, and a 674 OPS. 123 games played at right, 1,029.2 innings, 215 putouts, 3 assists, 2 errors for a 99.1 fielding percentage. He was fifth in defensive games at right field in the AL, and he was third in fielding percentage at right field in the AL. Yeah, I mean, definitely deserving, definitely a veteran presence. Not a top 10 guy, but he's going to be reliable and relevant, and he's going to put up numbers. And again, he's got production, and that's really what some ball clubs just need. They need just an extra oomph, even if it's 10 to 20, right? Like 10 to 20, and at max like 50 to 80 RBIs, right? Like sometimes you're gonna need the offense, and he does provide a little bit of that defensively. He's had some great web gems. So overall, though, yeah, well deserving. He's very relevant, and he's fun to watch. Next up, we got a Lane Thomas from the Washington Nationals. Yeah, right field that went from Washington to Cleveland. Had a pretty good, had some pretty good highlights there in the postseason for him as well. So I mean, not bad, right? Not bad. Not a top 10 guy by any chance. Definitely kind of mid tier guy. You're gonna know what you're gonna get with him. Definitely do enjoy the ability of his patience while on the plate, and again, does have a pretty good arm. So overall, productive guy, enough to be relevant. Nothing like that jumps out and it's so special that you're like, whoa, boy, like But he's just productive and good at his job, hard worker. Lane Tar was 29 years old, 5 years in the league, 1 year, 7.82 million with the Cleveland Guardians, 130 games played, 472 at bats, 65 runs, 112 hits, 26 doubles, 3 triples, 15 home runs, 63 RBIs, 44 walks, 137 strikeouts, 32 stolen bases, 237 average, 309 on base, 400 slugging with a 709 OPS. He played 92 games at right, 141.2 innings, 170 putouts, 4 assists, 3 errors, 2 double plays for a 97.8 fielding percentage. Not awesome. In the postseason, 10 games, 36 at bats, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 double, 2 home runs, and 9 RBIs, 7 walks, 9 strikeouts, 1 stolen base, a 222 average, a 349 on base, a 417 slugging, and a 766 OPS with 89 innings, 19 putouts, and 100% fielding percentage. Yeah, no accolades or nothing like that. But again, had a pretty good year. Definitely relevant. Definitely a guy that you need to look at, and hope to see what he does this coming year. Next up, we do have Riley Green. Definitely a mistake on my part once again, and again, apologize for it. Uh, from the depth chart on ESPN and all that, and from the sources that I get, I see where he's at, and I'm like, okay, so he had center field play and whatnot, so he should be one. Obviously, from my standpoint, I should be looking and researching a lot more. So that is on my part, and I definitely need to do better at it. Riley Green, left field. I mean, this is a guy that's probably going to be top 10 on left field unless he switches to another position, but he'll be a top 10 guy. 24 years old, 2 years in the league, 1 year, 800,000, 137 games played, 512 at bats, 82 runs, 134 hits, 27 doubles, 6 triples, 24 home runs, 74 RBIs, 64 walks, 156 strikeouts, 4 stolen bases, a 262 average, a 348 on base, a 479 slugging, and an 827 OPS with a 5.4 WAR. So really good. 84 games played at left. He's pretty much all over the outfield this year. 700.2 innings, 156 putouts, 4 assists, 3 errors, 1 double play for 98.2 fielding percentage. He played 7 games, had 26 at bats, 1 run, 6 hits, one double, one RBI, four walks, five strikeouts, 231 average, a 355 on base, a 269 slugging, and a 624 OPS. So not awesome in the postseason. 61 innings, 17 putouts, one error for 94.4 fielding percentage in the postseason. Again, that one error kind of sucks. But other than that, like, he wasn't extremely awful. One error, though, it's still huge in postseason baseball. He was an all star. He was 10th in WAR in the AL. He was ninth in WAR position players in the AL, seventh in triples in the AL, and second in double plays turned at left field in the AL. Yeah, overall solid outfielder. I'm excited to see what he does this season, and I do believe that yeah, he's going to be a top 10 guy for a while. We start out with number 10 on the countdown, Lawrence Butler from the A's, just strictly the Athletics. Now, yeah, Lawrence Butler was tremendous last year. I mean, you're looking at outfielders that came in as a rookie and impacted their ball clubs. I mean, there's a lot of them. There was a decent amount of them. Lawrence Butler was one of those guys. He just impacted the A's, and this is a ball club that's got some talent to them. So I think they're going to be pretty good this year. Obviously, postseason worthy. I think they're still a long shot of it, but they're looking like they're going on the up and up. Honestly, Lawrence Butler's one of those guys that he's must watch baseball, really, for real. 24 years old, 1 year in the league, 7 year, $65.5 million contract they signed for him. They are that invested in him. 125 games played, 412 at bats, 63 runs, 108 hits, 24 doubles, two triples, 22 home runs, 57 RBIs, 35 walks, 108 strikeouts, 18 stolen bases, a 262 average, a 317 on base, a 490 slugging, and an 807 OPS. 123 games played at right, 955.1 innings, 251 putouts, 2 assists, 4 errors, 1 double play for 98.4 fielding percentage. Again, he will get better with these numbers. Fifth in defensive games at right field in the AL, and fourth in putouts at right field in the AL. It's just the fact that, yeah, he didn't play a full 150 plus season, but what he was able to do in terms of his numbers, I like the fact that he's got a little bit of pop in him. Definitely is speedy, trying to get stolen bags in there. And I mean, overall, just super fun to watch, man. He's just really fun to watch. And I believe in his potential and what he can bring to this organization. Yeah, I'm excited for what he does this year. So he's number 10 in my book. Checking in at number 9, it's going to be Seiya Suzuki from the Chicago Cubs. Definitely one of those lethal hitters. Definitely a huge impact in the Cubs team. One of the many international Japanese players that have just ascended into superstardom. Seiya Suzuki, when he is healthy, he is definitely someone to watch for at the plate. And defensively, I mean, he's definitely gotten better with time. So, again, you got to look at his impact and what he's been able to do. It's been impressive. So, 30 years old, 3 years in the league, 2 years, $36 million, 132 games played, 512 at bats, 74 runs, 145 hits, 27 doubles, six triples, 21 home runs, 73 RBIs, 63 walks, 160 strikeouts, 16 stolen bases, a 283 average, a 366 on base, a 42 slugging with a 848 OPS. He had a 3.5 WAR. Again, it shows me that he does have some speed to him with the six triples and the stolen bases, but the strikeouts need to go down. He did play 72 games at right field, 615 innings, 150 putouts, 5 assists, 3 errors, 3 double plays for 98.1 fielding percentage. He was ninth in batting average in the NL. He was eighth in on base in the NL, 10th in slugging in the NL, eighth in OPS in the NL, sixth in triples in the NL, and first in double plays turned at right field in the NL. So overall, his offense is really what drives him, and it's what makes him such a dangerous player in the league, and obviously you gotta make sure you're on your best when you're pitching against a guy like him. So overall, though, Seiya definitely deserving of being on this countdown. Lawrence Butler's got a lot of potential. He's young, so I'm just putting Seiya over him for now. Doesn't mean it'll be forever. Eight, we have the veteran right fielder Nick Castellanos of the Philadelphia Phillies. Definitely a super big impact player from his time in Detroit, being a youngster, going to Cincinnati, coming to Philadelphia, being a leader, and really bringing that bat, bringing that energy that he really does absolutely fit with this Philadelphia Phillies ball club. Obviously, what they want is that World Series, and it's kind of a hard era to be in right now, especially when you have the Dodgers in the way and stuff. So, this is definitely a team that's hungry for one, and Nick Castellanos absolutely wants one. A very competitive person, and just great to watch on the field and up to bat. 33 years old, 11 years in the league, 2 years, $40 million, 162 games played, 606 at bats, 80 runs, 154 hits, 30 doubles, 4 triples, 23 home runs, 96 RBIs, 41 walks, 139 strikeouts, 6 stolen bases, a 254 average, a 311 on base, a 431 slugging, and a 742 OPS. He did play 157 games at right, 1,263.2 innings, 263 putouts, 3 assists, 3 errors for a 98.9 fielding percentage, which is really good, honestly. He had a really good, tremendous year on both sides of his game. In the 4 games that he played, he was able to have 17 at bats, 2 runs, 7 hits, a double, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 3 strikeouts, a 412 average, a 412 on base, a 647 slugging, and a 1,059 OPS. So he was ready to bring in the postseason. Absolutely. So again, could I use more of that? Obviously, with his other teammates, and we could have seen him a lot farther in the playoffs. He also did have 34 innings at right field, 5 putouts with a 100 fielding percentage. Nick Castellanos this year, he was first in games played in the NL. I mean, he played 162 of them. He was ninth in at bats in the NL, first in defensive games at right field in the NL, first in putouts at right field in the NL, and first in fielding percentage at right field in the National League. So overall, yeah, he was very productive, stayed healthy, had a great year. Hoping to see more of that and see if he can continue to do that. And obviously, if this team can march their way into possibly an upset of the Dodgers and trying to get a World Series himself.